Wake up. You gonna do this one the right way. Groove. Smooth. Ooh. Wake up.
This the feel, this is soul. This the feel, this white gold. This the real, break the mold. This the feel, don't let go. This the feel.
Class in session. Hey everyone, my name is Abigail Rodriguez. I'm with
Kylie Smith.
And we are on the NJEA podcast, and we're going to talk about different segments today. We're going to talk about 3 different topics today. Are you cool with that?
I'm very excited.
I'm excited too. I'm really excited. Thank you so much, Kylie, for being here.
Of course.
Kylie is such a, let me tell you, Kylie's a real one. I was emailing her and she was like, I'm on it. And I was like, oh my gosh. I love this energy. Kylie brought the energy and I'm here for it. She emailed me so quick, and then she even emailed me topics that she wanted to talk about. I was like, I love a girl with an initiative. I love a girl that has a plan. I was here for it. I was like, thank you.
I got you.
And thank you for your time. I really appreciate you being here because it's a Saturday, guys. So I know you're a student. So to take out a Saturday to do this,
yeah,
we're crazy.
But we're here.
And
we're doing it, and I'm so excited.
And we're thriving.
Yes.
Period. So, Kylie, I have a question.
Sure.
Where do you go to school?
I go to Kane University.
Okay.
So, Kane University has a main campus up in Union.
Okay.
And there's a satellite campus down in Toms River.
Okay.
I go to that one.
Okay.
Yes.
So, what do you study?
Math education.
Very nice.
Mm-hmm.
With Antonio's, if you watched the Antonio podcast, you would know that I am not good with math.
You're not a math person?
Oh, no. I can do, sales. If there's a good sale and it's, 20% off, 50% off, 80% off. I love
a shopping queen.
I love a good sale.
Yes, me
but
too.
Calculus and statistics, not for me. But that's okay. I'm really happy you love math.
Yes, huge math nerd. I
love
can't
that.
even lie.
No, I love that, though. I love that. Because for me, I'm you're going to teach me something.
I got you.
And I feel that's one thing that I love about, people. You're always going to learn from people.
Mm-hmm.
And, I'm going to learn from you. And I love that. So thank you.
You're welcome.
I love that. So what year are you in?
I actually graduate in 2 short months. So
No
I am
way.
a senior.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Oh, my goodness.
Yes, I graduate in December of this year. My degree, technically, I think is going to be conferred in January of 2026. So I'm so excited.
That is huge.
Yes.
Oh my goodness! Congratulations!
Ooh, thank
Work
you.
so hard if you know the Post Malone song. But
oh yeah. It took me a second, but I got there.
My ADHD brain.
It's okay.
For some reason, it ties it up to music.
I love music, so I'm down.
Like music therapy almost.
I love that.
But I love that you love math. And we're gonna bring it back to math. So why did you pick math?
That's a really good question. So I knew my junior year of high school. Mm-hmm. So let's give a little context. Mm-hmm. I'm 23.
Period.
Yes. I knew my junior year of high school, so when I was 16, that I wanted to teach.
Okay.
And I then was I knew I did not want to teach elementary. Shout out to elementary school teachers.
For real.
I give you so much credit and love you all dearly because I could never. Just me personally. So I knew I wanted to teach either high school or middle school. Mm-hmm. So I was all right, now I have to pick a content area. Mm-hmm. And I've just always loved math.
Okay.
Except for 7th and 8th grade. Can I tell you that story?
Tell me.
Okay. So 7th grade, I had a math teacher who was horrendous. I mean, horrendous to the point, I loved math up until 7th grade. 7th and 8th grade, I really disliked math.
Oh, no.
To the point where...
What kind of math?
So, 7th grade, I took pre-algebra, and 8th grade, I took algebra 1.
Okay.
I did not do well enough in algebra 1 the first time around that they made me do it again freshman year of high school. Mm-hmm. And now, one of my favorite things to teach, guess what it is?
Is it algebra?
It's algebra.
I love X and Y.
Yes,
right?
me too.
Right?
Love it.
I can always find an X and a Y.
Yes.
Right? Are you a slope girl, though?
Heck yeah, I have a sticker on my water bottle. It says Y equals MX plus B.
I love that!
Baby.
I love that. I have to say, algebra is fun. For me, it's fun.
Yes, thank you.
It is fun.
It is so fun.
I'm really weird. So I used to run cross country.
Okay.
And something I would do when I ran cross country in high school, please don't make fun of me.
Oh, God. Okay.
I used to do algebra equations while I ran.
Why?
I don't know. I think it was just like my ADHD brain just needed to like think about something else.
Yes, you had to be
like,
doing,
I have to constantly be doing something, and I love to run. It's one of my favorite things to do, actually.
Okay.
That's like one of my like favorite like mental health like things to like. I don't do it like competitively because I was never like competitive. It was just more like leisure. And when I did it, it was like I would always do like algebra problems, and it was just like I always thought about it. I was like, why do I do this?
That's so funny. You were like the only person I think I've ever heard to
Really?
say that. To be
Really?
like, while I'm running, I'm just gonna do algebra in my head.
It's weird, but you know, I think that's like something that I just really appreciate. I mean, I think at the time I was taking algebra, like I was a freshman, and you know, you take algebra in freshman year.
Yep.
And I was just thinking like, okay, if I take the X here and then go over here equals.
Love it.
It's just I don't know. There's something about it because there's also division in it.
That's true.
And
there is.
And I'm a percentage queen because I love a deal. There's percentages in it, so.
I love that. You were like studying while you ran.
It's so weird. It's weird.
You know what? I need to get my students to do that though, because sometimes I feel like they're like, oh, well, I'm an athlete. I don't have time to study.
Right.
And a teacher that I work with, so I'm full-time student teaching right now.
Period.
And one of the teachers that I work with said, she was like, I'll tell my students, like, you're a student athlete, right? But which comes first? What word? Student. Like, you have to be doing well in school, you know?
Right, exactly.
So, like, if I could get my students to be, like, doing that in their head while they're running, done. Come visit. Come tell my students that, please.
Especially, like, if you're on a track and you're just going on the track round and round.
Yep.
I'm, like, so in my thoughts, but, like, not in a bad way, but, like, then I did math to, like, figure out, you know, fun. I don't know. That was fun to me.
I love that.
I'm bizarre, but that's me. I love that. So I love that you love algebra. Like, is that what you want to like focus in?
Yeah. So I would say, I mean, I'm open to like all types of math, but I do think that Algebra 1 is like my baby.
I love that.
Algebra 1 is my baby.
It is
my
fun.
like, and I also love freshmen. That's like I think my favorite age to teach is freshmen. I feel like I'm able to connect really well with freshmen because they're old enough where you can have conversations with them and they'll tell you how they're doing, you know. But they're still young enough where there's that, like, I don't know, there's still that spark a little bit.
Almost like an influence, right?
Yeah.
And I love that because they're the next generation. And my whole thing is, like, inspiring the next generation. And I love that, like, you want to inspire these kids. Well, I call them kids because they're under 18.
Yeah.
So,
they're my kids. Yeah. They're my kids.
Exactly. And I love that. I love that. I want to go back onto your sticker.
Yes.
I am not a slopes girl.
You're not a slopes
I'm
girl.
not.
It's okay.
I'm
but you're
not.
she's an equations girl.
I am.
And we'll take it.
I'll take it too.
Yeah.
I'm gonna move on to our second segment, if that's okay.
Yeah.
I'm a political science major, so I had
Very
to add in
nice.
a little bit of advocacy and political stuff into this.
Sure.
But I love educational policy. That's kind of like my main focus. I want to get into like, you know, working in a college and working on like educational policy. But
Oh, that's cool.
thank you.
We could go on a whole tangent about that, but I'm going to try and stay focused.
But we're
here.
actually going to get onto that.
Oh, beautiful.
So you're going to,
Done.
if you want to be on that tangent, go for it.
Okay.
So I'm going to ask you, did you watch any of the governor races?
I did not. I will be honest with you.
That's okay.
I did not watch them, but
Okay.
I did kind of research after the fact.
Amazing.
To see like what was going on a little bit. And I researched both candidates and things like that to stay informed, but I did not watch the races.
And that's okay. I'm going to stay nonpartisan. As you know, I believe that you have the right to have your opinions, and we're going to respect everyone's opinion. And these are ideologies at the end of the day. It's something that I love about being a political science student is that we celebrate everybody's ideologies. I did watch the governor race, the gubernatorial. My professor, my state and local politics professor would be like, it's gubernatorial. Shout out to Professor Pohl.
Love.
She would be like, excuse me, it's gubernatorial. So yes, the gubernatorial race I did watch.
Okay.
I watched it on September 21st. I think it was held in Rider University.
It was. I saw that.
Yes. I'm not going to put, like, too much opinion into it.
Sure.
I'm going to say it's nonpartisan, but I will say one thing. If you're watching this podcast, and it's before November, I believe November 4th, I believe
November
is
4th.
the election. Just educate yourself. I believe in education. I think that's why we're here, is because education is so important. And become aware and informed. And, you know, it's especially, like, for me, I love politics. It's not everybody's cup of tea, but it's always important to stay informed because, you know, it does change your life. You know what I mean? And people don't realize that. So you want to stay informed. You want to know what candidates are saying. And you want to know their ideology. So I highly suggest, you know, whether doing your research, which is highly important too, because you don't have to watch the debate, you know, that's not like a criteria, but definitely to do your research and be educated on what people are saying, whatever you vote, you know what I mean? It's just important to get knowledge and research.
Yes, and be educated about it.
Yes.
And also, please vote.
Yes. Please vote.
That I just wanted to put that out there. You know,
love that.
Educate yourself, be informed, but also make sure you take that last step of voting. Because it's one thing to inform yourself, right? And be like, okay, I know which candidate maybe I lean more with. But then if you don't get out and vote, what did that knowledge do?
Right.
Nothing.
Exactly. And especially being an American, like, we have the right to vote.
Yes.
Like, that's, like, our American, like, that's, to me, is being an American. Like, I get the right to vote. I actually got my nails done, and I was speaking to the nail tech, and he immigrated from, I believe it was, like, Thailand.
Okay.
And he was telling me that one of the things that he loves being in America is that he gets to vote.
Yes. And it's so huge and it's so important.
And I love that. I really love that he told me that, because it was like, you know, I was born and raised here, so I've never, like, got to experience, like, living abroad. So
same.
having someone, you know, and that's why I love this country, because we're the melting pot. We get so many, like, different, like, cultures, ethnics, religions, like, identities, and then we come together and, like, in sign language, this is actually, like, this is the sign for America. It means melting pot. So I really love that. So, like,
that is beautiful.
We're the melting pot because you're stirring the pot, but I love it.
Yeah.
I love having, you know, the right to vote, and even, like, for the primaries, I went out and voted.
Yes,
so,
me too.
Like, I think it's so important, because, like, those are, like, the small impacts that make, like, the bigger impacts, you know. So I don't know, like, when, like, the last day to register to vote is, but I would just say do your research, know when the last day to register to vote is, and like Kylie said, make it to the polls.
Please.
Make it to the polls. We want to see you turn up. We want to see you at the polls, and make sure you vote, you know.
Unfortunately, so I live in Ocean County, but unfortunately we don't get the I voted stickers, which hurts.
What?
The first time I voted was 2020, was the presidential election in 2020.
Wow, that was big.
Yes.
That's huge.
I didn't get a sticker, and I was so upset.
Me too.
I was so upset.
I'm sad too, because I feel like that's something that, like, that little sticker goes a long way.
It really does.
You know, especially, like, Kylie, do you mind showing us your water bottle?
Oh my God, please. I would love to.
Like, just to add a sticker onto, like, your water bottle that says, like, I voted, or, like, something patriotic is something so amazing, because, hello, it's a part of who you are, your identity, and that's just great. Kylie, I love your stickers. Can you tell me which one's your favorite?
Oh my gosh, that's so hard. But probably this cat. It says stressed but doing my best.
I love that.
She's a diva, and I love her. Yeah, I would say that one's probably my favorite. This one's pretty iconic too, the don't make me use my teacher voice.
Ooh.
Because if I get to the point of having to use my teacher voice, something went wrong.
Oh.
I'm
scared.
Can I tell you a quick little story?
Go for it.
Okay.
Yes.
So I had this sticker on my water bottle
Okay.
when I was there student teaching 2 days a week. So at Kane, we do a 2-day week semester.
Okay.
And we do the full time.
Okay.
After that semester was over, so last spring, my cooperating teacher asked me to sub for 4 days, right?
Okay.
So I subbed for her, and at one point, one of my students came up and was, like, looking at my water bottle, and she saw the don't make me use my teacher voice, and she goes, I feel like you used your teacher voice today. And I was like, yes, I did. I did. So, like,
I love that.
yeah, they notice. Like, kids pick up on the smallest things.
They do. They do. But they're also very honest.
Oh, they're very honest.
They're so honest.
Like, that's another thing, like, elementary teachers.
God bless them.
God bless you, because I can't, the things that come out of, like, 7-year-olds' mouths, like, I have 2 nephews who are 7 and a niece who is 10. Mm-hmm. They're about to be 11 and 8 in January. Mm-hmm. The things that come out of their mouths, you know what I mean? So.
Tell me about it. I used to babysit, and I babysat this. It was during COVID, so it was really hard because, like, I had to babysit while she was in class, and her attention span just wasn't there. So I felt really, really bad. Like, I basically did, like, exercises with her because they were doing, like, PE online, and I was motivating her to, like, you know, do it with her and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I one day wore, like, color contacts, and she was like, Miss Abby. I said, what's up? And she said, I don't like the way you look. Oh. And I said, okay, and I never wore color contacts again.
Yeah, my niece, when she was little, like, if I took my glasses off, right, if I had them off, she would be like, no, put your glasses back on.
Right.
Like, she's like, Aunt Kylie, you need to put your glasses back on.
Right.
I'm like, okay. Like, I didn't realize I looked that different, but apparently.
It's scary to them.
It really is.
Because, like, children are so, like, I love children. Like, they're so cute and adorable, and, like, they're learning. Like, I took a class called child psychology, and the way that they think and how they grow up is just so interesting, and how, like, they see the world very differently. And if they don't recognize you, like, that's very scary to them. So I definitely, like, could understand why she's like, Miss Abby, like, don't do that.
Yeah, like don't do that again.
Yeah.
Because kids love safety and security.
They do, and they need that.
Stability.
Yeah, and they need that.
Absolutely.
But I love that you're I mean, you look great in either way.
Thank you.
You look amazing in either way. Glasses, no glasses, Kylie can pull it off in any way. But it's so cute that your niece, correct?
Yeah, my niece.
That she said that.
Yeah.
That was funny.
Yeah.
Kids really do say some of the funniest things.
They do.
They do. And they're just so, like, some of the things is, like, iconic.
I know they are. My niece, I always said when she was little, she was, like, the funniest person I knew, and she didn't even know. Yeah. Because she was little. She was just, like, talking, but the things she would say were so funny. So.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. It's like, you know that TikTok? Maddie knew who she was at a young age.
Yes! Correct.
And I wanted to ask you, going back onto the election, I know we're kind of like all over, but that's okay. I love
my brain works.
Me too, girl. I love it. I'm here for it. I'm always about, like, side conversation. You know what I mean? But
love it.
I want to know if you're excited about this election.
I am.
Okay.
I am excited about getting to vote.
Yeah, me too.
I have voted, I believe, in every election I've been able to since 2020. Because, like you said, it's important. It feels very important to me. It feels like that little step towards being able to maybe get the outcome that I want, right?
Exactly.
You know?
Yeah.
I don't know. But I am excited.
I'm excited too. And I will definitely show up on the polls for November 4th.
Yes.
And I will definitely be voting, and I am a registered voter.
Me too.
So you'll definitely see me there. I'm going to go on to our next segment, and this is our mental health segment since it is Mental Health Week. I believe it's Mental Health Awareness Week. And I wanted to ask you, like, the segment for this is mental health and ways to navigate.
That is, like, something I'm very passionate about, so I'm very excited.
Yes. So my question is, how do you take care of your mental health?
That is a good question. I would say I take care of my mental health in quite a few different ways.
Period.
I have been in therapy since my senior year of high school.
Amazing.
Big proponent for therapy.
Amazing.
I will shout it from the rooftops. It has changed my life. I also, personally, maybe this is not for everyone, but I also have been on meds for my mental health since my senior year of high school. Again, life-changing. Those are, I think, the two big things that help me take care of my mental health. But there's also, like, little small things. Obviously, I'm gonna sound a little bit like a hypocrite because
it's okay.
I always say these things, and I know deep down these things would help me so much. Do I do them consistently? No.
But we're human.
That is very true.
Right? We're human.
We are human.
And I want to just say thank you so much for being super vulnerable and telling, like, your truth, because, like, I don't think we talk about, like, these things enough. So for you to say, like, you've been in therapy and taking medication, like, that is, like I was literally saying that in Antonio's podcast, like, in Antonio's podcast, like, getting help is attractive. Like, it's, like, super, like, because, like, I'm so sorry. I said it earlier. Getting help is sexy. It's sexy.
It is sexy.
It is what it is. Getting help is, it's cute. It's a hot girl thing. It's a hot guy thing. It's hot for anybody.
It's hot for anybody. It's a hot person thing.
I like that.
Isn't that good?
I like that. It's a hot person thing.
I kind of ate with that one.
You did.
I kind of ate with that one.
She ate.
Hot person thing.
But tell me what you were saying before about
about being a hypocrite? No.
No, but, you don't, I mean, if you don't feel comfortable, like, it's about how comfortable, and I'm going to respect that,
Yeah.
It's like, if you want to share things with me.
Absolutely.
I really appreciate that, and if you don't, like, it's all about comfortability and how comfortable you feel.
I am an open book.
I love that.
Especially about mental health. Mm-hmm. I'm a pretty open book because I think it's so important to advocate for mental health.
Absolutely.
So other things that help me that I need to let myself be human about and know it's okay to not do all the time. Mm-hmm. But when I do meditate, oh my God, meditation has helped me so much. Mm-hmm. It takes all of the chaos and constant noise that's in my brain and just shuts it down. Mm-hmm. It's beautiful.
Can I ask you a question?
Of course.
How long do you meditate for?
At a time or it kind of depends because I like to do guided meditations.
Me too.
So I'll pick one. I feel like an average is probably 10 minutes or so.
Yeah, I hear you. That's a good one.
Yeah. Sometimes they're a little bit longer. Mm-hmm. Every now and again, this was a couple years ago, but I would do little short 3-minute ones every now and again.
Exactly.
It's kind of a nice reset.
I was going to say, for me, I used to do 5-minute meditations, and it was a perfect reset. Yes. You know what I mean? Just to kind of, get grounded. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? I struggle with, really bad anxiety. So, here
high five. Not a high five for anxiety, but
to be honest about having anxiety is so true. Yeah. I just feel let's talk about anxiety. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Anxiety is so real, and I feel so many of us are I can do it myself, I can do it. And I was 19 when I was diagnosed with ADHD, and that kind of solved a lot of my problems with knowing that ADHD and anxiety kind of coexist together.
Yes.
They're beautiful partners,
Yes.
And with that, it kind of answers some of my questions, but I tried medication, and for me, I'm for medication. If you're using medication and it helps you use it, for me, I stopped using medication because I felt it really changed who I was as a person.
Yeah.
But if it didn't, I would be go medication because medication is so important.
Yeah.
And my psychologist is a fantastic person, and she really worked with me to get help and get better. And we tried multiple different things, but therapy was the thing that worked for me. And I actually went to therapy in my community college because it was free.
Yes.
Because my insurance was out of pocket when I looked at it, and it was very expensive. Yes. So I didn't want to put that financial burden on me, but I still wanted to get help. And going to therapy at my community college, they were my saving grace, and I had no idea how much therapy really changed my life. Yeah. And my therapist, shout out to Tanya. She told me
Tanya.
I love Tanya. She really told me to do a to-do list. I brought my to-do list.
I love that.
And I'm a type A person, so I have to have everything.
Show me that to-do list, girl. I love a good to-do list.
It's literally NJAE. It's
yeah.
I'm crazy.
No, to-do list, seriously,
I need structure.
Same. Yeah. I'm a structure girl. I love the summer, don't get me wrong, right? But when I'm back in school, I love the structure of school.
Me too. Do you ever get depressed? With summer? For me, the changing.
The change can be tough.
Yeah.
The change can be a lot.
Yeah.
But structure is huge for me. I don't know if it's anxiety. It's probably because of my anxiety. Because fun fact, I have anxiety too. I was diagnosed when I was 17.
Wow, yeah.
I mean, I always say that I came out of the womb anxious. I've been anxious since day one. I can think back to times in first grade where I was anxious. I just didn't know it at the time.
So true. And I feel back then there wasn't there wasn't talk of it.
No.
And I don't know how your parents are, but, like, my parents didn't really talk about things like that, you know? And I feel like now moving forward, we do talk about things like that. And my parents are more mindful, and I love that my parents have come, like, a long way about being open-minded and, like, you know, what mental health is. Because there are parents, you know, that are, you know, our age and, you know, they have parents, and they're not very open-minded, and that can be very difficult. And, you know, especially, like, having parents that say, like, anxiety doesn't exist, because there are people like that, and it's true, you know. And so like navigating that is hard.
Yes, I'm very grateful that my parents have been very supportive. Shout out to you guys. Thank you so much.
I saw this TED Talk. I forgot her name, but she said, get comfortable with getting uncomfortable. And that was the best advice I ever got.
That is really good advice.
I love it. Like, I love being the feeling of not uncomfortable in the sense that, like, I'm uncomfortable, like, in a negative connotation, but in the way that how can I push moving forward to breaking, like,
let's break some barriers.
Break the norms.
Yes. Oh, we need to have more conversations. Right? I love this.
Me too. And I think it's really important that we do have these conversations so that people that are listening can be able to relate and be like, you know what Kylie just said is actually something that I'm going through, and that is something so real, because every day someone's dying of suicide. You know what I mean? Yeah. And it is in like, you can look it up. Like, it is one of the 10 leading causes in America. And it's sad.
Which is horrible.
It's horrible. It's sad. And I'm a mental health first aid trainer.
That's wonderful.
And I'm such a big belief of mental health, and that's why I'm super open about talking about it, and why I'm, like, very, like, I'm, like, very open about it, because, like, you know, I'm gonna be very honest, and I'm okay sharing this. Like, this is something very, like, you know, I was younger, I was very lost. You know, after high school, I didn't really know what I wanted to do. I felt like I knew what I wanted to do. I didn't. I felt like there was a lot of not peer pressure, but a lot of pressure within, like, the society being like, you have to know what you want to do, you have to understand what you want to do, and, like, have my career set at 18.
That's insane to me.
Like, that's bizarre.
That is bizarre. I was, like, out of the norm by knowing at 16 what I wanted to do.
And that's on period. And I feel like there are some people that do know, and I feel like you guys are lucky gems.
I have to agree with you there. I do feel very lucky that I knew, because
lucky girl syndrome.
Thank you. Oh, I don't have any hair to flip. Hold on, ready?
Period. Put, like, the sparkle emoji.
But yeah, it's definitely insane to me that by 17 or 18 years old, the world is like, you need to know what you want to do with your life.
Especially right after high school. You don't even know yourself.
No.
I don't know. I'm still learning who I am.
Every single day.
Right? I'm still learning. I'm still learning. Like, I'm 25. I'm still learning. I'm still figuring it out. I have sense of what I want to do, but that maybe change, right? And nothing is linear. No life is linear. Nobody is linear, right? Everybody's life looks different. And I felt like I was putting so much pressure in my life to figuring out, like, what I wanted to do, and thought I knew what I wanted to do, that it actually made me spiral. Like, it put me in this really bad depression funk that I didn't know what depression was. I didn't know what that feeling was. Wasn't really talked about in my family. Like, I'm very lucky that, like, my mom is aware of this stuff, but, like, I feel like it wasn't really at the time talked about. So I felt like, you know, but my mom was very helpful getting me the help. Like, shout out to my mom who got me the help. But I felt like I went down this rabbit hole, and then my first 2 years of community college, I was actually had suicidal ideations. So just because I didn't know what I wanted to do, and there was a lot of pressure, and that was the truth. Like, the truth was, I felt like the world was, like, on top of me, and I just couldn't give them the answers that they wanted. But the truth is, my happiness came first. But I didn't know that. I didn't know that my happiness should come first. I didn't know that I had to pick what I wanted to do that made me happy. I thought I had to pick something that society, you know, chose for me, because, like, that was, like, the standard, you know what I mean? I didn't even know what I wanted to do. I was all over the place. I came in and changed my major 3 times at the community college, you know?
That is so normal. Real quick, I'm so sorry.
No, go for it.
I'm, like, talking to whoever's listening right now. If you are an aspiring educator, or if you're just starting your college journey, it is so normal to change your major. Don't feel like, oh my God, I can't change my major. Like, this is it. Like, No, you're not set in stone.
Mm-hmm.
You have as much time as you need for college.
Mm-hmm.
For me, it's going to take me a total of 5.5 years to graduate.
And that's okay.
And that's okay.
That's on period. You got your degree and you're going to walk.
Correct.
You know?
5.5 years. So it was 2 years at my community college. Then I took a huge proponent for community.
Me too!
I love community college.
Community colleges is where it's at. That's where you figure out. I feel like for me, like that's how I figured out who I was as a person.
Yep.
Like that's how I figured out. I was like, okay, I really like policy. I like public, administration. I like working in higher education. And that wasn't an option for me when I was in high school.
No.
You know what I mean?
No,
Like, public policy wasn't like, you're going to grow up and work in higher education and you're going to work on policy. Like, no.
Like, what does that even mean? To a high schooler, what does that mean?
Like, these are things that, like, you grow up, you put yourself in different circles, and then you figure it out as you go.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like,
yes.
I just hate that there's just so much pressure for these, like, students. So, I love that you're working in high school.
Yes.
So you can change that.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That is definitely a goal, because even just sitting here, it's making me think about high schoolers now and how many of my seniors feel the way that you felt. And it's like breaking my heart just sitting here, but it's true. Like,
it is true.
And they need to know that there's more than one avenue. Like, if college is not for you, like, okay, go get a job. Go to trade school.
Yes.
Like, the world will always need plumbers. Sinks will always break.
Yeah.
Air conditioning will always be needing to be fixed.
Exactly.
Like, I just feel like sometimes, not everyone, but sometimes college is the thing that is pushed the most.
Right.
But does it have to be?
Right. As long as you get, like, some form, I believe, like, some form of, like, education.
Sure.
Whether it's, like, college, if it's trade school, if you go to become, like, a contractor and do, like, contracting, it doesn't matter. Like, be informed, educate yourself, and do something that you genuinely want to do. Like, as long as you're happy and you love what you do, like, that's what matters at the end of the day.
That is what matters.
And I feel like we forget as human beings to be happy.
Oh, all the time. All the time.
I put a lot of pressure on myself. Like, a lot of pressure. I'm like, I don't think I'm happy right now.
Can I tell you I have so many stories today.
Yes, tell me.
But you saying that made me think. So I have been student teaching for about a month, a little over a month now.
Period.
And don't get me wrong, I love it.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I love it.
Yeah.
Leaving these kids in December is going to be like
It's
heart-wrenching.
It's gonna be
but
hard.
I'm not going to think about that now.
Yeah.
But my brain kind of is constantly going of, am I doing the right thing? Am I going into the right field? Am I doing a good job? I'm a chronic overthinker.
I feel that.
Shout out to all the overthinkers out there. I see you and I am you. But my brain is constantly going, and you just saying that, like, just let yourself be happy.
Right.
Like, I need to try and just let myself enjoy it, because before I know it, it's gonna be over.
Let's just go on the roller coaster and see what happens.
That's what I'm gonna do.
But we're so worried about getting off the roller coaster.
Yeah, and it's like, why am I not just enjoying the ride?
It's hard.
It's
really hard.
Don't get me wrong, it's really hard.
It's really hard. Because it's easier said than done. Like, we can be like, yeah, like, enjoy the ride, but it's so hard. It's so hard.
It's so hard.
It is. Yeah. Because I feel that. Like,
yeah.
I am my biggest bully.
Me too.
I'm my biggest bully. I'm a Cancer, so I
Me
cry.
too!
Ah! No way!
When's your birthday?
July.
Me too.
What?
What day?
The 17th.
The 20th! Oh my God!
Twins.
Oh my God, I love this.
I love it.
So I cry all the time because I'm a Cancer.
Me too! I love that.
Wait.
Soulmates. I love that.
Are we like soulmates? What is going on?
Twin flames. I'm here for it.
Okay, anyway, I'm sorry.
No,
I just got so excited.
Because I'm excited for you.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yes.
But I just feel like when going back to, like, colleges and stuff like that and having high school students and, being like, it's just be happy, I think the best advice is, especially, like, enjoy the ride. I think for me, just to take a moment and just really process. Easier said than done, but really take a minute and sit with yourself, maybe at the end of, like, when you're on the school bus, or maybe you're on your way home from college, or maybe you're away from work, and you just take that moment to be like, you know what, I'm so happy to be alive. Like, I'm just so happy to be, like, here. Like, I'm just so happy to, like, even be on this podcast. Like, this has been such a phenomenal, like day for me in the sense that, like, you know, working with the NJEA, working with Danielle, working with Ida.
Shout out to Danielle.
Yes, shout out to Danielle.
Danielle's behind the camera, and she is phenomenal.
She is. We would not, like, we couldn't have been here without her.
No,
so
not at all.
Her.
Yes.
I also appreciate Ida Fronte. Like, shout out to Ida. Like,
I love Ida.
Thank you so much, Ida. Like, you got this podcast started, girl. Like, thank you so much. Shout out to you, Queen, because we're here because of you. And I'm very thankful. I just want to give a moment really quickly to Ida Fronte because, Ida, thank you so much for really pushing me and really becoming an aspiring educator. We met at a, it's called the Garden State Equality.
Oh, yeah.
And I got invited by Montclair State. And I met Ida there at one of the panels. And we really kicked it off, and she was just so inspiring to me. Like, I heard her speak, and I was like, oh my gosh, like, I envision to be like Ida in the future.
I love that.
Like, Ida, I'm gonna cry. Ida, you are, like, literally, like, my role model, like, one of my role models. Like, you are so amazing. Thank you for pushing me to be the best person. Thank you so much for supporting, you know, Montclair State and always showing up to our meetings and always giving me your insight and, like, supporting our initiatives and anything that we say. Like, you're always on board. So I really, really appreciate you, Ida, and I really appreciate all the hard work you have for all of us, not just for Montclair, but every division that NJEA works with. And I just can't thank you enough. So I just wanted to do a quick little shout out to Ida Fronte because
I love that.
She's just amazing. She's just amazing. She's just a queen.
She has been so wonderful with Kane as well. Hold on, wait. Shout out to my Kane Day shirt. But she has been great with Kane Ocean. She has come down, because she's an hour, if not more, away from where I go to school. And she shows up. She shows up. She will show up. She loves coming down there. We love having her, so.
Yeah, she's so supportive.
Yes.
I have to say, I feel like, not that I feel, that I know that the NJEA is so supportive. Like, they are very supportive when it comes to the students. And I feel like anytime I've emailed, like, somebody, and I feel like I'm always emailing. I'm always like, hey, how's it going? And everyone has been so supportive. They've been emailing me back, and I just want to thank the NJEA for always being so committed to working with students and wanting to be collaborative with us.
I love it.
So I thank you guys. Let me see what else is on here. I'm so sorry.
No, you're good.
So we talked about, you know, mental health awareness. We talked about, you know, how do you take care of your mental health?
Yeah.
How do you balance work-life balance?
Yeah. It's funny. Before I came on here, I was thinking about this, and I was like, how do I balance work-life balance? It is something I really struggled with in the past. Being in college, when I was, like, a full-time, which, I mean, I still am a full-time student, but it's a little bit different when you're student teaching.
Right.
But when I was, like, a full-time college student taking 4 or 5 college classes, I also worked at my community college's tutoring center.
Very nice.
Yes.
Shout out to the tutoring center.
Shout out to Ocean County College. It really did change my life there.
Period.
It did.
I
So, but when I was working there, so I worked there for 2 years as a professional, like part-time professional tutor.
Very nice.
And yeah, it was amazing. But trying to balance like working and class and also having a life was hard.
I bet.
And it definitely, before I learned how to balance it, led to burnout.
Yeah.
I know we were going to talk about burnout a little bit. Led to burnout. And, like, to the point where people I was working with were having to be like, Kylie, you need to go home. Like, you need to take the next day or 2 off. Like, you cannot be here. Which, shout out to the people who said that to me because they were correct. But I think I have gotten a little bit better since then. I think with work-life balance, for me, it's knowing that there are times where I need to be working, but there are times where I need to disconnect from my work. I need to put it away. I need to put it in my bag or put it to the other side of the room. Sometimes, again, easier said than done. But, like, for me, because I live at home with my parents, so during dinner, like, that's my time where I don't do anything with work. Okay. Maybe I'll tell them about my day, but, like, normally we'll watch a show together during dinner. That's, like, we are a very big TV family.
I love
so that's
that.
kind of how we, like, bond.
I love that.
Yeah, so...
What TV show right now?
Oh, my God. So normally during dinner, we almost always watch Modern Family.
That's such a good show.
It's so good.
It's such a good show.
We have watched every episode so many times. It's one of those shows where I can just, like, put it on in the background.
Yeah.
And I still know what's going on.
I love it. It's such a funny show.
Yeah, so that's, like, usually our dinner time show. That's, like, our routine. And that's a time where I do not have to be doing work. I don't have to think about work. And you need time like that. Even if you love what you do, you need to disconnect sometimes.
Exactly. But I love that you have something just with your immediate family.
Yeah.
Like, it's like your thing with your family.
Yeah.
And I love that. I used to watch Honey Boo Boo with my dad.
Wait.
I'm serious. Like, my dad, like, I was like
love that.
12.
Okay.
And my dad, like, my mom wasn't a Honey Boo Boo stan, but that's okay. Like, it wasn't for her.
It's okay.
But we watched Family Feud together, like, all of us.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, my dad and I were, like, huge Honey Boo Boo fans. And, like, that's how, like, my dad and I would always, like, hang out, was watching Honey Boo Boo.
Love everything about that.
It was time, you know,
Yes.
2012.
Oh, 2012.
Time to be alive. So I have a question for you.
Sure.
How do you balance, or how do you stay focused when school gets challenging?
When school gets challenging?
Mm-hmm.
That's a good question.
Mm-hmm.
So when you say that, I want to make sure I'm getting the question right. So stay focused when, like, the schoolwork itself is challenging, or, like, when life things are challenging?
It could be anything in general.
Anything?
You can
Okay.
answer it however you like.
Okay. I think I'll answer both.
Okay.
Again, I'm a yapper, so I will answer both.
I love that.
The way I stay focused when, like, my math classes were hard, because, fun fact, being a math major is really hard. Don't get me wrong, I love it. Math is, like, my thing. But, like, imagine me, like, sitting in a Calculus 3 class. Like, it's not easy.
That's not easy.
It's not easy. But something that helped me stay focused and be able to stay on top of my work was honestly tutoring, like getting tutored, like working with, because at that time I already worked in the tutoring center. So, like, I knew, shout out to Jared.
Hey!
You'll never see this unless I send it to you, but shout out to you because you helped me get through so many of my math courses and, like, are just, like, a math genius, and you just helped me so much. So, thank you, Jared.
I love that. And I love that you brought up, like, tutoring. I love that you talked about you working at the tutoring. I actually talked about that in Antonio's podcast.
Oh, nice.
About, like, you know, how do you stay focused in school? And he was like, you know, I went to tutoring, and we talked about, like, you know, we were both saying how, like, we're stubborn people, and I took statistics in order to graduate of community college. And shout out to Professor Prusso, who really helped me. She told me to go to tutoring, and she was actually the tutor for the tutoring center, so it really worked out well. So she was able to do one-on-one with me, which I need. I need a one-on-one, kind of like, you know, I need it to be, like, very simplified.
Yeah, and that's okay.
It's not my forte, but yes. And I understand that. We all have strengths and weaknesses.
Absolutely.
And I know that's my weakness, and that's okay. And she encouraged me to go, and, you know, it was one of those things where we were talking about, like, sacrifice, in the sense that I was working. I was working, like, 19 hours a week, and I really liked that income. But it was, do I sacrifice the income for an education, or do I get the college degree and sacrifice the income? And I chose the education because that's what I valued, because I felt like that was going to be the bigger asset in the long run.
Absolutely.
You know? And we were talking about how, like, we were both stubborn, and it took us a while to go to tutoring. What could you tell students that are like Antonio and I, who are very stubborn to go to tutoring? How can you motivate us to go to the tutoring center because I feel like it's very hard for some students, like myself before. Now I go to the tutoring center. I actually went to the tutoring center last year for my state and local politics class, and I did great because I went to the tutoring center. So how do you tell students, and how do you motivate students to go to the tutoring center and tell them, like it's not a bad thing?
Yes, I love this question.
Yeah.
Because when I worked in the tutoring center, I loved it. Like, it was such a big part of who I was at that time of my life. And one of the questions that one of the topics, I should say, that we always talked about in, like, training was those students who are nervous to come into the center.
Yes.
Because a lot more than you might think, they're either stubborn. I'm also stubborn, so, like, I get it. But, like, stubborn, or they just don't want to admit that they need help.
Yeah.
It is okay to need help in all senses of the word. Academically, mentally, physically, emotionally, socially. Like, it is okay. We are all human beings on this earth for the first time. We are on a floating rock in the middle of nowhere.
I love that.
Like, it is okay to need help. And I feel like there is this perpetual stigma that it is not okay to need help. But anyway, so I really just went off on a tangent there.
No, I think what you said was amazing, and it helps build to your narrative of getting tutoring.
Yeah, because I think the biggest thing I can say to someone is don't wait until it's too late.
Right.
Because there are some times that we would have students come in
right.
where it got to a point where it's like, I don't know if I can help pull you out of this hole, even though I want to so badly.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And it's, you got to help yourself.
Yes.
And that's the hard thing, too.
That is. That's even the hard part about teaching high schoolers, like seniors especially, because you're like, I want to help you so badly.
Right.
But you need to ask for it. You have to at least in some way indicate to me that you need help, because in a year, you're going to be an adult in the real world, if you will.
Right.
And you have to learn to speak
up.
Yes. And what did I just say? Advocating is so important. And if the younger you can learn it, the better you will be.
Right. I totally agree. And I actually learned advocating when I started to go to tutoring and going to therapy. And now, because of Professor Prusso and, like, asking her, it was to the point where, like, I even had to go to her office hours. Like, I was, like, in her office all the time. But now we laugh about it. We have good jokes about it because, I ended up being one of her students that ended up taking her class more seriously than the other students because I was constantly trying to learn. I was trying to pass, this class because I was struggling.
Yes.
But it was also coming to terms that I was struggling and coming to facing that. You have to face it.
And that can be hard.
It can be, but it's about, like, it's always about taking the little steps. You know what I mean? And now I'm like, I love making connections with my professors. Every time I have a new class, I always make a connection with my professor. Like,
it is so important.
It is, because they are not here, like, I don't think they're here to fail you, right? No. They're here to help you succeed wherever you need to go. So for me, I feel like I really love that one thing that I've changed as, like, a young woman to, like, mature woman, I feel like, because I was still, like, I was 18, 19, I'm a woman. But I want to say that I didn't have the courage to talk to my professor and maybe advocate and ask those questions like, hey, I'm, like, not really sure what I'm supposed to do. Can you help me out? What am I really, or even asking, like, my classmates, now I'm like, who's got to group me? Who's got to group me? Like, I'm in the group me, and we always ask questions. And, I actually had an assignment last week, and before I turned it in, I sent it to my professor, and I was like, is this okay? And he was like, you know what? Just tweak this, tweak that, and I was, like, so happy because,
I love to hear that. I really do.
It actually helps. Like, instead of getting that C, you're going to get that B or an A because I went before the assignment was due. Yes. I advocated for myself. I did the assignment. I asked my professor, I said, hey, I just had a question, I read the assignment, I read the syllabus, I read the rules and the guidelines, but I just want to make sure that I'm still following everything to a T of what you would like to see in this paper.
Yes.
And I was very happy. I was very actually proud of myself because I took the initiative to do that before it's due, because I feel like so many students turn in an assignment and they're like, well, I'm going to hope for the best, and then whatever grade I get, as long as I pass, I can forget about it. And it's like, are you really learning?
Oh,
like, I don't mean to be like, I'm not trying to be mean. Like, I'm not here to be mean. But, like, I want to learn. Like, I genuinely want to learn, and I want to learn what I'm learning.
I agree. Right? And you saying that is, like, flashing me back to, like, my high school students. It's like, sometimes I'll be walking around the room, and I'll ask, like, before I start walking around, like, does anyone have any questions? I'm like, I want to help you, but I'm not a mind reader. Like, you need to raise your hand and let me know. No one will raise their hand. I'm like, okay, everyone must get it. As I'm walking around, I'll see someone just kind of sitting there, and I'm like, oh, like, are you good? Do you have any questions? And they're like, I'm not really sure what to do. And I'm like, that's why I told you to raise your hand.
Right.
Like, That's something I think for me with being an educator is I really want to help students feel like they can ask questions.
Like comfortable.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, I remember being in high school and middle school and whatever, and sometimes being nervous to ask questions.
It can be scary.
It can. It got better as I got older, like in high school, but it can be scary, intimidating. Like, in front of a class of maybe 20, 22 kids, maybe you don't want to look dumb.
That's
Maybe
it.
Yes.
That's it. You just don't want to feel dumb, and you don't want to feel like you don't know what's going on. But I guaranteed someone else is feeling the same exact way. Like, someone else is in the same boat.
Yep.
You are not just, you're not the only one paddling the boat. Someone else is helping.
That's just another, like, great analogy for we're not alone at all in this world. Everyone and everything is interconnected in some way, right? You need to ask for help. You need to... Yeah, that's the biggest thing is asking for help, right?
I'm going to ask you another question. How can we move forward as a society to asking these questions for students to feel comfortable? I'm a person of communication, and I, especially being the president of the Future Educators for Montclair State University, I tell my members, like, I'm never going to get mad. I'm never gonna get mad. Like, life is, like, we got bigger fish to fry. And,
we do.
Right? And I feel like, things happen, and it's okay, even if they're like, I always tell them, like, if you even don't want to go because, like, you just don't want to go, I get it. Like, I totally get it. You need a mental health day, I get it.
Yeah.
But just communicate with me. I'm not going to be mad. Just let me know. And I feel like that has really helped.
That's great.
They've been very, like, the members have been super communicative, and they're very initiative. Like, they are super communicative, and I'm, like, so happy that I was able to build that foundation for them, because it takes leaders to build a foundation. It's not just one person to build up. It takes multiple people to build, like, a building, right? Like, the Egyptians didn't build it overnight.
No.
They didn't build pyramids over one night. They had time, but they had collective people building pyramids. And it wasn't something they just, like, boop, So for me, I always think, like, okay, how am I going to build a pyramid? So, you start at the floor and then you build up. But how would you, as a future educator, how would you promote, not feeling comfortable, having students feel okay, that they're not stupid, that they're not dumb, that they're actually smart by asking questions?
Yes. I think the biggest thing with that is from the get-go, even just telling them, like, hey, number one, it is okay to ask questions, because we also have to remember that I'm working with high schoolers. So the way I'm talking to my students is going to be very different than the way you talk to, like, a third grader.
Absolutely.
So if I seem like a little bit, like, blunt or, like, very honest, that's why. I just want to, like, put that disclaimer out there.
I think you have to be, though.
Yeah. Right. Yes, with high school, absolutely. Yeah. So I would tell them from the get-go, like, hi, it is okay to ask questions. I need you to ask questions. Right. That's how you learn.
Right.
And we will not make fun of anyone's questions.
Absolutely.
Absolutely not. I will not tolerate that.
I love philosophy. I'm like, I'm a weirdo. But
no, I love that.
Socrates once said, I know nothing.
That's so true.
That is such a quote that I live on every day. Like, I don't know everything, but I'm willing to learn every day to expand my knowledge on whatever, if it's math or if it's English, if it's policy work or biology, it doesn't even matter. It can even be like mental health. Just expanding my knowledge and being open-minded to learn.
Yes, that's a big one, is being open-minded, especially, I mean, for anything. But when you are teaching teenagers how to do math, it definitely, there needs to be that level of open-mindedness, because if a student is shut down, that's it. Like, you're not going to be able to get through to them, you know? And I think another thing with making them feel comfortable is reminding them that you are human as well.
Totally.
The other day, yesterday was Friday, obviously. Well, to those listening, yesterday was Friday when we filmed this. And sorry, I'm, like, laughing at my own story.
It's okay.
That was so embarrassing.
No, I'm here for it.
So my algebra kids, we have Algebra 1 first period. And they were, like, explaining, we were doing, what were we doing? Compound inequalities, right? So they're fun.
Oh, yeah.
I'm also a nerd, but they're fun.
I love that.
So we're doing them, and they're telling me, like, which way to shade the graph, and I did it, like, completely wrong. And they're like, Miss Smith, like, what? She's like, I said to go to the right. And I'm like, oh, my God, you totally did. Like, my bad, you know? Like, it is okay to show your students that you're a human being.
Exactly.
And I kind of turned it into a joke in the sense of, like, can you tell it's Friday? My God, what am I doing?
But can I ask a question?
Yeah.
Do you think, like, that show the students, like we're all in this together?
I really hope so.
I think so.
I hope so. I don't
so.
know, but I hope so.
I think so.
Yeah.
Because I think you are just such a, like, personal person that I feel like
Thank you.
Of course, anytime. I think any person that talks to you can feel that. And I think your students will feel that impact.
That is, like, the biggest goal of being an educator for me. I think for a lot of people, but that's huge, you know? And not everyone, oh, there's like a fuzz, hello. Not everyone, how do I word this? I want to be, like, a light in a kid's day.
Oh,
you know, because
my heart melted.
You know, because not, like, I have a very good home life. I'm very grateful. My parents are together. They're great, whatever. But a lot of kids don't have that, you know? So if I can, like, bring one little personable moment to their day that maybe they wouldn't have had otherwise, like, I'm in.
I love that.
You know?
I love that.
Yeah.
That's really sweet. Kylie, you're going to really change, or excuse me, Miss Smith.
Oh,
Miss Smith, you're going to change how students think and how students want to really participate and ask questions. So I
hope so. Why is that making me emotional?
Because you really care about your students.
I do.
And I love that. You're very, like, us cancers, we feel. And I feel the energy.
Yes,
like, I can feel the energy in the room. Like, my heart is, like, very heavy. But I can feel it because I feel like you care so much about your students.
I do.
And the impact is it's happening. You know what I mean? You're here. You know what I mean? That's the first impact.
Yes.
You know? I'm so happy for you.
Thank you.
So we're going to do our last segment, which is teacher burnout.
Okay. That's a big one.
Yes, especially
one that I worry about.
Yes, especially being a student teacher. Like,
yes.
what is teacher burnout? Especially, like, I see on TikTok, like, that's a trend right now. Like, if you're on TikTok, so many teachers are speaking about, like, how they've been in the profession for, like, maybe 12 to 20 to even 25 years and continuing. And they're saying, like, how when they were teaching from when they first started to now has been very different. And how, you know, it's been, like, they feel like their mental health has very, taken a toll on them. And I see this on TikTok. Now, this is what's on my For You page.
Yes.
I'm not sure if this is on your For You page. But I do see that teachers do talk about how teacher burnout is real.
Yeah.
And I feel like there is an epidemic of, a lack of teachers right now.
Yes.
You know, so it's interesting.
It is. It's interesting, and it's heartbreaking, and it's all of the things, right? Because, sorry, I have so many thoughts going, like, in my brain. I would say teacher burnout is something I'm very nervous about happening because I have known for 7 years now that I want to be a teacher. And I can't help but wonder, like, if I'm a year or two in or 3, 5, whatever, am I going to burn out very quickly and not be able to do the thing I've wanted to do my whole life? You know, like...
It's hard.
It's hard. But to answer your question about, like, TikTok, I see it all the time on TikTok.
Okay.
So it's not just your For You page.
Okay, good.
Any aspiring educator, I'm sure, has seen this on their TikTok For You page. Honestly, it depends on how they talk about the burnout. Because sometimes if teachers are just being very, very negative, something that to take care of my own mind is I have to say I'm not interested in the video.
Good
so
for you.
Things like that will not pop up as much.
Good for you. You got to take out the negative juju.
Yes, and maybe it's, like, naive to do that.
No, it's protecting yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, like, if they're super negative, I gotta go. Like, I'm not going to watch this. I can't. You know? Thank you.
I'm applauding you because so many people fall into that trap.
Yes, and it's so easy to fall into that trap.
It is.
Yeah.
It is because I'm watching. I'm doom scrolling, and I'm just like, oh, like I'm not going to be a teacher, but
still an educator.
Right, but I'm still so concerned about teachers. Like, I still am very passionate for teachers, and respect teachers. Like, you have no idea the amount of respect I have for teachers, because they're like, their form of like basically like, not I want to say like a parent, but like you're spending so much that you're like not their parent, but almost like those are your kids.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like,
And
it's you're spending more time than their own parent, you know?
Yeah, some days absolutely. And I think that can lead to teacher burnout in a sense, because we are a helping profession. The biggest two helping professions I can think of are teaching and nursing. So shout out to all of the nurses and teachers in the world. I love you all. I respect you all. You are doing amazing work.
Yes.
But it can lead to burnout very quickly.
It can.
So kind of to go back to what teacher burnout means to me is, as a college student, I've experienced burnout, right? Burnout is one of those, it's almost hard to describe. It's the irritability and at least for me, it can be some irritability, more crying than normal, being just so mentally exhausted that, like, sleep does not fix the exhaustion.
Right.
That is, like, burnout to me.
Okay.
And then teacher burnout is, like, an elevated level, if you will, because now you're feeling that burnout, you're experiencing that burnout, and you're having to go take care of kids every single day.
Yeah.
So it's hard, you know?
Hard.
It's burnout to a whole other level. Like, if you're an elementary teacher, say you have a class of like 25, 30 kids, you're going to have to take care of those.
That's a lot.
Those little minds every single day.
Yeah.
And for middle and high school teachers, it may not be the same, like, level. Not for the burnout. That is absolutely the same level. But what I mean is dealing with, like, a 7-year-old versus, like, a 15-year-old, right? 7-year-olds may be more needy. Some high school students are still kind of needy. But does that make sense?
It does make sense. It definitely makes sense. And I just want to say something really quickly.
Yeah.
To all the aspiring teachers that want to become teachers, and to all the teachers, whether it's your first year or it's your 35 year or whatever year you've been in the industry, thank you so much for putting your time into the future. And I don't think, in my opinion, that we don't thank our teachers enough. And I want to thank you for being the future, for teaching our future, next gen of future, like teachers, teaching our future police officers, teaching our first responders, nurses, lawyers, doctors. Everything.
Every profession comes from a teacher influencing them.
And I want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart for putting the hard dedication that you do, waking up every day and saying, I'm going to be a teacher, and putting your life at the front for these children. Or if you're in higher education, for the students. I thank you so much for your time and your dedication, and thank you for making the future possible.
Yes, that was beautiful.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I think, real quick, back to the teacher burnout, because I'm just like, my wheels are turning now.
Yeah,
you know?
It's a good conversation.
It is,
Yeah.
because it's something that's so prevalent in my mind, even as a student teacher, worrying about what that's going to be like, right? Because like I was saying, elementary school, you're with the same 25, 30 kids every day, which is exhausting in its own sense.
Right.
And then in middle and high school, you might have, like, I'm trying to think how many students we have total. We have well over 100.
Right.
120,
Exactly.
130, like, that is a lot when you're already feeling burnt out to have to put your energy into 130 kids every single day. Well, we have block scheduling, so every other day. But same idea.
Exactly.
It is like this big, like, daunting, scary cloud that's, like, hanging over me, honestly, of thinking about what teacher burnout, like, is it going to happen to me? I'm sure it is inevitable at some point or another, but is it going to happen to me in a way that makes me feel the need to leave the career?
And that's a hard question.
Yeah.
I'm going to be real. Like, that is a hard question.
Yeah, and it's a hard pill to swallow.
It is. And I'm really glad we're talking about it because I feel like there are so many, like, teachers that are in this situation. And what would you say to those teachers that are in that situation?
I don't know.
It's hard.
Because I don't even know what I would say to myself.
It's hard.
But I think I would try and remind them. I think it depends, too, on, like, if they're a first-year teacher versus, like, in their 25th year. Because as a first-year teacher, your first year of teaching is hard. It doesn't matter if you are as prepared as you can be, have the passion. Like, the passion I have for math and education, like, is like no other, right? But it doesn't matter, preparedness, passion, all of those things. The first year is going to be hard.
Absolutely.
If you have that passion, you might have to try and just make it through the first year. Because the amount of people I see, like on TikTok or something, who say, once I made it through my first year, it got so much easier.
I love that.
Because now you have all of your resources. You have what you need. You've learned more classroom management techniques, you know?
Would you say that's like kind of like figuring out the ropes?
Yes. The first year of teaching, and like I am not teaching? I'm not talking from experience because I'm still student teaching.
We have some experience.
Yeah, I have like the student teaching perspective.
Exactly. That's still putting yourself out there.
That is true.
You know,
that's
still
true.
Putting your service towards education.
That's very true.
You know?
And for very, very minimal dollars. That's a whole other topic that we won't get into right now. But please pay your student teachers more. Thank you so much.
I second that. So we kind of talked about what teacher burnout is. You know, we talked about how teachers can kind of prevent it and recover from it. And we kind of talked about giving, you know, advice to aspiring teachers and, you know, avoiding burnout. But is there any advice that you could give to like teachers that are currently in the profession, that are starting up or who've been in a while, or for aspiring educators or even for your students that look up to you and maybe want to become a teacher one day?
Yes. I think the biggest thing, which again, easier said than done, but it is so important that you do these things, is you have to, number one, make sure you are sleeping. You need to be getting enough sleep. Number two, you have to make sure you're eating well. Whatever that looks like for you. Whatever makes you feel good, right?
Absolutely.
Because it's different for every person. Make sure you are drinking water. Like, these are the three core... Yeah, we got our water. These are the three core things, I guess you could say, to taking care of your body, right?
Absolutely.
And I also think it's finding something... This is what teachers have told me, because I've asked them, like, what do I do? Like, what do I do to not feel either burnt out or this or that?
I love that you're advocating.
Yes.
Hot word of the day.
A hot word of the day. Yes, huge advocator. Is that a word? Advocator?
We can be like William Shakespeare and make up our own.
Oh, yes. Big advocator. So I've asked, you know, what do I do? What do you do? What makes you feel good, you know? And a lot of them say you just have to find the thing that works for you.
Yes.
Like this one teacher that I observed in Howell.
Ooh.
Yeah, I don't know why I'm like dropping a location right now, but in Howell, I loved her. She said that for her, it's going to the gym. Like she loves to work out. That is her outlet. That's what she does. For my cooperating teacher, she also enjoys working out. She likes running, walking, things like that. It's about finding what makes you feel good.
Absolutely.
I haven't been able to as much this school year as I would have want to, but I love going on walks.
I love that.
Love going on walks.
Getting my
stuff. Yeah, love a hot girl walk.
Period.
I haven't been able to go on as many as I would like this semester because
that's okay.
Life happens.
And that is okay.
And that is okay because life happens.
And yep, exactly.
But just being able to go outside, get some fresh air, and walk is huge. And something during the school day that I've started doing, because when I started student teaching, I just ate my lunch in the classroom. I have started every now and again, which I'm going to start doing more, I think, is I leave my lunch in my car every day. So then I have to walk out to my car and I just eat my lunch in my car.
Oh, that's good to separate.
Yes.
Separate
yes.
from like being in the school environment. And then your car is like your sanctuary.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's like boundaries. That's the big thing.
Absolutely.
Is boundaries,
because
right?
no one's going to bother you in your car.
No.
Yeah.
So I'll sit there, I'll eat my lunch, I'll usually put like a podcast on or music or something. Yeah. Hey, podcast, maybe you guys will be listening to this one while you eat lunch.
Yes.
But just like to take those 30 minutes or 40 minutes or whatever to decompress, it changes your day. It really does. Yeah. Because then you can go back in for the rest of your day feeling better, feeling like, okay, I've had a little bit of space. I've gotten some fresh air. Now I can tackle the rest of my day. So that's huge too, I think.
I love that. That's a win. That's what I call a win-win-win situation.
Yes.
And I love that for you.
Thank you.
Makes me very happy.
Thank you.
It makes me notice that you take really good care of your mental health.
Thank you.
I love that.
It has been a long process to getting to take care of my mental health in the way that I do now. But I would not change that for the world.
And that's on period. I love that.
Yes.
Kylie, it's been so fun talking to you. I've really enjoyed our conversation.
Me too.
We got really deep today, and I'm very, very fortunate to have gotten that deep with you today because it's not easy having these conversations, but we want to bring awareness that these are topics that we should be talking about and bringing to the table to have that conversation. Is there any closing remarks you want to ask me or any questions that you have for today?
I don't think so. I think the biggest thing is just remembering it's okay to need help. It's okay to advocate for yourself, whether you are 15 or 50. That's it.
Totally.
And it's okay to not be okay.
That, I always say that it's okay to not be okay. And it's okay to be sad. Like, you know, like, I think for me, like, I'm one of those people that always want to feel happy, but it's okay, like, to also have your sad days so that when you do have those happy days, they're 10 times better.
Absolutely. You know? Real quick, if it's okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
When I was diagnosed with anxiety, I was also diagnosed with depression. So it definitely, I resonate with that so hardcore. Because you might have a bad day, week, month, whatever. But once you start feeling better, you're like, wait. This is life again. Like, this is how I want to feel. Right. You know?
I love that.
Yeah.
And I saw somewhere, it was like, you don't have a bad life, it's a bad day.
Yes.
You know? And I take that to my mind because, you know, it's so hard, you know, it's so easy to, like, judge ourselves and put us into that mode, but it's okay to not be okay.
It is. And there's a nice quote from Grey's Anatomy. I'm a huge Grey's Anatomy fan. To all of you out there, hey. But Meredith Grey once said, you can't be happy all the time. Like, that's not mental health. That's crap.
I love that.
You're not going to be happy all the time.
That is true. Truth to power.
Like, no.
I love that.
Don't set the bar so high of, like, you need to be happy all of the time.
Yeah.
Because you'll never reach it.
Yeah.
Because, again, we are just humans on this floating rock trying to figure out this world.
I love that.
Yeah.
That's so true.
Yeah. Can I just give a quick shout out to some of my teachers?
Of course.
I wanted to do this earlier when you were, like, thanking the teachers.
Yeah.
Because I know that Abby said, like, teachers do not get enough thanks. And they don't. They really don't. But I'm one who, like, these two I have thanked so much over the years. But my Spanish teacher, Amy, and my English teacher, Courtney, from senior year. My Spanish teacher was from freshman and junior year. But I would not be the person I am without the two of you. So thank you. I'm not going to keep talking because I'll get all mushy, but yeah, I wouldn't be who I am without you. So if you ever feel like what you are doing doesn't matter, please picture my face, because what you are doing absolutely matters, because I'm still sitting here today at 23 years old. So
I love that.
Yeah.
That was such a beautiful ending.
Yeah.
I love that. Thank you so much, Kylie,
You're welcome.
for coming on this podcast.
Anytime.
I really enjoyed having you on today's episode. I hope to see you again in the future.
Please.
Let us know down below in the comments if you have questions for us that if you have, we can answer them for y'all. I love to see your questions, what you have to ask for us, so that way we can answer your questions.
Yeah.
And I hope to see you in the next podcast. Thank you so much, Kylie. It was such
You're
a blast.
welcome.
And thank you for tuning in the NJEA podcast. I'll see you next time.
Bye.
This the feel, this is soul.